The night was supposed to be a statement, yet what played out felt like a reckoning. On Thursday night at SoFi Stadium, the Minnesota Vikings arrived with aspirations but departed with a 37-10 drubbing at the hands of the Los Angeles Chargers. What followed was less a game than an exposure of raw vulnerabilities, a quarterback battling through pain, an offensive line in disarray, and a defense unable to impose itself. A struggling quarterback takes the field. For veteran quarterback Carson Wentz, the night was a blur of struggle masked by determination. He entered the contest wearing a harness on his left shoulder, a seemingly serious precaution meant to stabilize an injury that hardly gave him sanctuary. He completed 15 of 27 passes for 144 yards, threw 1 touchdown and 1 interception, and was sacked 5 times while absorbing 8 hits. He admitted afterward that the pain he endured might have been the most he's felt in a game. When he flung his helmet into the bench in frustration late in the fourth quarter, he later apologized, calling the act a reflection of his anguish. His coach opted to keep him in the game almost until the end, citing Wentz's willingness to play through pain. But the optics were stark. A quarterback visibly battered off his rhythm, operating behind an offensive line that was missing key starters and losing battles at the point of attack. When Wentz floated a pass high on a crossing route intended for his top receiver, the coach wondered aloud whether a healthy Wentz makes a different decision altogether. An offensive line in collapse, a running game in hibernation. The Vikings' offensive line entered the game already weakened, but the damage went deeper fast. Right tackle Brian O'Neill sat out the game with lingering soreness to his leg. Left tackle Christian Darrisaw began the game but departed after only 2 series, his surgically repaired knee faltering once more. The result, a line that gave up constant pressure, failed to create running lanes, and exposed the quarterback's shoulder night after night. Minnesota's running game was all but invisible, 11 carries for 34 yards. The Chargers ran 43 times for 207 yards. That disparity alone told the story. One side dominated, the other wilted. When your linemen are hurt and your quarterback is compromised, the result is a team stripped of identity. The Vikings had once prided themselves on their physical run game and rugged front, but this night offered no values. Defense overwhelmed and the Chargers unleashed. Meanwhile, the Chargers took full advantage. Their offense operated with rhythmic ease. They held the ball for 39 minutes, compiled 419 total yards, converted 9 of 13 third-down attempts and featured big plays throughout. 10 plays of 15 yards or more, 7 of them in the first half. The defense of the Vikings never seemed equipped to stop the bleed. Quarterback Justin Herbert was efficient and composed, 18 of 25 for 227 yards, 3 touchdowns, just 1 interception, and only 2 sacks. He read the Vikings' defense with clarity, targeted mismatches, and kept pressure off his own offense with poise. The Chargers ran their schemes. The Vikings couldn't stop them. A corner in single coverage gave up a 27-yard touchdown when Herbert hit a receiver behind the secondary. That seemed to sum it up, structurally broken and increasingly fragile. The psychological toll and the organizational questions. From the sideline to the locker room, the tone was sober. Head coach Kevin O'Connell said flatly, "We got outplayed, we got outcoached. There are no excuses." Those are heavy words in the wake of a result defined less by momentary collapse than by systemic failure. This was not just a bad loss, it felt existential. For a team that last year won 14 games, this night felt like a gut check. Injury, scheme, roster depth, all were exposed. The veteran quarterback fighting through pain. The offensive line fractured. The defense lacking the bite it once had. And a rookie quarterback on the horizon, waiting to go. The Vikings may need more than an adjustment. They may need a reset. What's next, and why it matters? The Vikings now drop to 3-4, stumbling into the rest of their season with mounting questions. With their next game on the road at the Detroit Lions, where they haven't won since 2020, time is already running. The rookie quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, looms as the answer, though his readiness remains unclear. Coach O'Connell suggested McCarthy will start when healthy. The question, how healthy will he truly be, and how much better will the rest of the roster be when he does? This loss isn't just one for the record book. It may be a pivot point for the season. If Minnesota cannot protect the quarterback, establish the run, or stop the opposition's ground game, then every tomorrow will feel like a reaction, not a plan. Recovery means more than returning pieces to the field. It means rebuilding identity. Final reflections. In sports, we talk about turning points and inflection nights. Sometimes those are subtle, sometimes they're brutal. Thursday night at SoFi Stadium was the latter for the Vikings. A veteran quarterback laboring through pain, an offensive line collapsing, a defense overrun, the narrative was unambiguous. This team is in trouble unless dramatic change happens fast. It's still early in the season, and the record still has wiggle room. But make no mistake, this was a loss that will haunt more than the moment. It challenged assumptions, exposed cracks, and now demands answers. The Vikings can still turn the page. But first, they must be honest with a chapter they're leaving behind.